Right. Welcome again, everybody. We're just going to start off. Thank you for joining in on this morning. We'll have this orientation now for the YER3 program. This is Michael. I'm the program manager for this orientation, for this camp, sorry. And I'll be running you through the basics of all the program of the YER camp. And we will also go through the list of things that you need to pack, what to do and what not to do at camp. And there'll be a Q&A session at the end where you can ask your questions if you have any. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen and we'll start off with you. Just 1 second. Okay, right. Okay, so as all of you know, you've just signed up for the Yercaud 3 program between April 29th and May 5th. Right, let's make this bigger. Okay, there we go. Right, as you can see, this is just a nice photograph of the camp. We'll run through the location of the program, a little bit about us, and just to start off with, we've been doing these camps for the past 30 years now. This is our 30th summer, and every year we take around 10,000 children across all our camps through the year, right? And this particular program, the Camp Yercaud, is on top of they are called Hill Estate, right? It's on top of the hill station, and the children will be in our campsite, and they'll be doing various activities whilst they are there, right? The campsite is in the middle of a nice coffee estate, and there's lots of orange orchards as well when they're there. The children will be staying in tents, and they'll be, these are the tents that the children will be staying in. And depending on how many children come, there'll be anywhere between 3 to 4 children in a tent. The boys will be in boys' tents, and the girls will be in girls' tents, right? And there's plenty of space in the campsite for the children to do various activities. They have a dedicated place where they go have dinner, lunch, dinner, breakfast, and there's places where they can have bonfire. We also have a biking track where the children get to do their mountain biking activity as well. And usually the temperatures are anywhere between 30 to 32 degrees in the mornings. And in the evenings, they vary anywhere between 17 to 19 degrees on average, right? But last couple of days, it's been raining in Yercaud. So the temperature is roughly around 22 to 23 degrees during daytime. Right. There are two activities which the children will be mainly selecting, right? It's a mix between mountain biking and outdoor survival, and also rock climbing and backpacking. We'll go through the details of these activities later during the orientation. But this is how the activities are clubbed. You can either choose between mountain biking and outdoor survival, or you can choose between rock climbing and backpacking, right? There'll also be various other camp-based activities which the children will be doing, and not just these two activities that you have signed up for, right? This will all these activities will help the children to bond, to build trust, and they will also, learn various skills that are needed for them, growing up, right? As you can see, this is the place where they have their bonfire. The children are all sitting, and the entire campsite you can see at the back was also spreads. It's a very big campsite, around 250 acres. And this is an activity which the children will be doing when you choose rock climbing. And this is the backpacking photograph as well. We'll come back to these photos later when we go through the activities. Any given day, this is how the camp will go, right? The children are usually woken up at 6 a.m. in the morning, and they have tea, coffee, hot chocolate, whatever they like with biscuits. Once they wake up, then they head on to their warm-up activities, which is a mix of fun activities what the children will be doing just to get them nicely warmed up before they head out for their main activities, right? And around once their warm-ups is done, they head back to to have their breakfast. Usually is a mix of items, and it will be given to them buffet style. And there'll also be eggs in the breakfast for the children to get their daily source of protein. And after breakfast, the children will head over to do their wow activities. These activities are the ones which we saw earlier. And post their activities are done, they'll head back to the camp for lunch, and they'll have some free time post lunch to do. Most children, they run around the camps. Some of them just sit and rest before heading on to their next activities. And some children, play games, sports, anything. Some children play cricket, some children play football. This is just a little time for them to, relax. And we also tell the children to go take showers or something, during this time. Once their full time is over, we have some activities in the evening, as I said earlier, where the children will learn teamwork, communication skills, and it also brings the skills and creativity of the children. So it's just for them to to engage in a different activity other than the ones they have chosen. Right. After that activity, the children have a little snack. It can be they'll have usually milk tea, coffee, and some sort of light snack to to refuel them after doing all these activities. And once that is over, they'll have other games which the children will be doing, and they will also have something called as a reflection session in the evening. What that is primarily the children reflecting on the day's activities, what they've learned, and you know, um, what are the skills that they've learned and what they should do. All of that. The children sit in silence and then they reflect upon this. And after that, the children go on have some soup and then followed by dinner. Dinner again will be served buffet style along with the lunch. Lunch is also buffet style. The children get to choose what they want to eat. All food will be clearly labeled. Veg and non-veg food will be kept separately and made separately as well. After that, we tell the children to go to bed at 9 p.m. Usually, we tell them to go to bed at 9 p.m. They don't. They sit and sit inside the tents, gossiping and chit-chatting with horror stories and whatnot. For all the children here, please go to bed at 9. And we then there'll be tent in charges who will be taking care of the children while they're there. And they'll ensure that the children go to bed at least by 9:30, if not at before that, right? And again, the next day they start, repeating the same process, right? We'll come back to the activities now. The first option is mountain biking and outdoor survival, right? This is something that the children will be doing there. And mountain biking is not something that the children will just go ride on their bikes to have fun, right? We teach the children various things to ride off-road. We teach them how to ride trails, how to climb and how to descend, how to, to brake, when to brake and how to shift their weight while going uphill or downhill. And not just riding the bike, but we also teach them how to fix their bikes, right? This is a vital skill that is needed by all of them, right? I mean, you might have a cycle at home, but you might not know how to, take care or maintain it whilst you're doing at home, sorry. So we teach the children how to fix punctures, how to disassemble the wheels, and how to do a proper maintenance for all the bikes, right? This is something a really fun activity. There's a dedicated course where the children will be doing all these activities, and all of this happens inside our campsite, so they don't go out at all. So and after that, they also do an activity called as outdoor survival. This is something when the children are out, they learn how to navigate their course. They learn how to signal. They learn to make shelter out of tarp and other things which are there in the wilderness. They find plants which are edible to eat and also learn how to purify water using various methods. Um, this is basically something that the children, when they grow up, if they're going on a trek or something, these are all skills that will help them to survive in the nature, right? It's basically a complete outdoor survival session where they learn all these skills, which will be quite useful for them later down the years. Right? The next option that we have is rock climbing and backpacking. Right? We'll go back to the photograph up again so that you get to see what they're exactly doing. Right? So with rock climbing, the children actually climb up huge rock faces. Like as you see in this photograph, they'll be wearing complete harnesses, helmets, and all the safety gear whilst they're doing the activity. And they practice various things such as learning how to do knots. They'll also, start off with bouldering. So bouldering is where you climb those rock faces, but using just bare hands, right? This is something that they learn to understand how the rocks are, built, and bouldering is the first step before they actually go into do the actual rock climbing, right? So slowly they progress every day from starting with just their hands and then learning all the equipments and then start using the equipments. They also learn something called as jumaring, which is a controlled where the children ascend using various gears, and also rappelling, which is a controlled descent. The photograph you see over here is just rappelling, where the children learn to descend from a rock face, right? And the next photograph, as you saw already, is basically backpacking, where the children learn how to pack their bags for going out on an outdoor survival thing. They learn how to set up camps, where to set up camps, make sure that there are no wild animals anywhere. They learn how to navigate, how to pack for these and pack and plan. So they make their own food in the night. They pack, they carry whatever that's needed for to make those things. And they also learn something called as leave no trace, which is quite vital for our environment right now. So they make sure that they don't litter anywhere. They only carry things that are extremely needed. They make do with whatever they are able to find in the wilderness, and they make sure they do all of this without disturbing the environment or the nature surrounding them, right? That's what's called as leave no trace. So the children do both these activities. So all four activities, depending on what you choose, they'll be doing 3 days each of each activity that you've chosen for, right? As mentioned earlier, we'll have instructors who will be there with the children throughout the camp, right? These are people who are highly trained by us, and they also come from prestigious institutions like NOLS, NIM, JM, and Himalayan Mountaineering Institute. And for every 6 children on camp, right, we'll make sure that there's one instructor with them, and also have one female instructor per 10 female participants, right? So there's a mix of instructors as well. And as I mentioned before, each tent has its own in charge, right? So they'll be in charge of all the children inside their tents. And if the children need anything in the night, they can always reach out to their tent in charges. And there will be a doctor on campus for this entire program, right? So if there's any scratch, a stomachache or something, or if there's an emergency, we have an emergency vehicle and on campus ready to go at any given time. And the nearest hospital is just down in Salem, which is only about an hour from the camp. So that, we have completely prepared for anything with regards to safety. And with also, again, to transport, we'll make sure that all these drivers are, properly vetted. The vehicles are also checked regularly for the roadworthiness, and, there's a person who will be traveling with in the bus to make sure that the driver is following all the speed protocols, make sure that they follow all the rules whilst they're going, on the trip. Right? And we'll also have breaks in between when the children are traveling to make sure that, they have time to go for use their washrooms, or, take a small break where they get some snacks and stuff, right? And as you saw, this camp uses a lot of equipment when it comes to doing the activities. And all these equipments, including ropes, carabiners, helmets, these are all the ones which are used for the rock climbing activity. We make sure that they're of the highest standards, right? These are all international UIAA standards, which are certified by experts. And when we see we do regular audits to make sure that all the equipment is, on top notch condition. So if we see any defect on any of the equipment, we don't repair them. We just straight away replace them. We don't take any second measures when it comes to the equipments at all. We make sure that we completely replace the faulty equipment. And as I said, there'll be regular audits done by the experts to make sure they're all, up to the standards, international levels, right? As I said earlier, there's a doctor on campus, and also we have an emergency vehicle. Right? This is one of the trails where the children will be doing, as you can see, helmets, arm guards, knee guards with gloves. We make sure that they are all completely safe. And this is the one which we talked about earlier. This is Jumaring, where they slowly ascend to the top. Okay? So you can see all the safety harnesses, multiple backup lines to make sure that the children are safe. We come to the place where the children they get to know about the tents and the food. As I said, it's usually anywhere between 3 to 4 children, but if we have more children, then they'll be put into 4 to 5 children in a group. Uh, Boys will be in boys' tents, girls will be in girls' tents, and as I said, there'll be tent in charges for them to reach out to, and there's a separate toilet block for them where they can go, and there's also hot water provided for them as well. And as I said, it's a massive campus. there's a lot of place for them to do multiple activities apart from the ones that they've been doing. As I said, there's a bonfire place, there's a dedicated place where they eat lunch, breakfast, and dinner. And food, again, as I said, will be completely planned in a way that the children get to eat at regular intervals. And this is made sure to ensure that they have enough energy and they consume nutritious food to provide them with the energy to do all these activities. Right? We give them enough breaks, enough rest for the children so that they don't get too tired. And it's primarily a vegetarian meal, where but also non-veg also will be given to them 4 to 5 times during the camp, right? And if you have any dietary requirements or if there's Jain food which is required, you can just let me know and we can arrange the same for them as well, right? And this is in short, like the as you saw already, there's enough spacing for the children to do eat and do the activities. So we usually say, don't give any snacks for the children on their route here. This is mainly so that, when the children carry snacks, they tend to eat that and they don't tend to eat what is freshly made for them. And this also sometimes attracts animals if they have any snacks. By animals, I mean anything from a monkey to insects. So we tell the parents not to give them any sort of snacks for the camp, right? For children, so there are multiple departure points for this camp, right? For children coming from Bangalore, the bus will depart usually early in the morning, anytime between 5:30 to 6 a.m. And they'll reach campus by lunchtime. And again, on the last day of the travel, they'll leave camp after lunch. And mostly they'll reach anywhere between 9:30 to 10 p.m., depending upon Bangalore traffic, right? And for people who are flying in from different cities, I don't think anybody is coming in from Kolkata, but if there are people coming from different cities, you have the option to fly into Coimbatore Airport, where our team will be there to take the children from there to the camp ourselves. And people who are traveling from Chennai will depart early morning by train again. This will be the Shatabdi. The children will reach Salem. From there, they'll head over to a MUV and directly head to the camp from there, right? So people who are traveling from Chennai, we'll be booking the train tickets ourselves, and we'll be sending those tickets 2 days before the camp starts, right? And we'll also assign one person to travel with the children from Chennai all the way to the camp, right? And yeah, so the mode of transport, as I said, if you're traveling from Chennai or Coimbatore, there'll be AC bus or vehicle from the departure points. And from Chennai, you'll be traveling in train to Salem and then take an MUV all the way up to camp. Right. We've come to the most important part of this orientation, right? After this, we'll run through the kit list and also have a Q&A session. So till now, if you have any questions, let's keep it with you. We'll head into the Q&A session soon. But as I said, this is the main part of the camp, right? This is where we set expectations to both children and the parents, right? Uh, Make sure that you completely understand all of this, right? Our camps are all gadget free and tech free, right? So there'll be no phones or no gadgets in any of our programs. Make sure that you don't send any of these with the children, because if you do, we'll just take it. It's basically a donation for us, right? So make sure that there are no phones in the camp whatsoever. This is not a luxury camp or a resort, right? So the campsite itself is placed in the wilderness, right? Uh, the children will be there, and it's not a smooth tarmac in any part of the camp. There's going to be ups and downs, bumps and bruises. So there's going to be, it's not a luxury camp where the children, expect things to get it done for them, right? We encourage the children to do things by themselves so that they become more independent. And, also sometimes it's better for the children to rough it out as well. So the children who are here in this orientation, uh, make sure you do things by yourself and learn things whilst you are there, right? With regards to communication, since there are no phones or gadgets allowed in the camp, we will share a WhatsApp communication link, right? Channel link. That's where we post updates from the camp. There'll be an update once in the morning and once in the evening around 11 a.m. and 6 p.m., where we usually send out updates as to tell you what the children have been doing, what they've been eating, if they've learned something new, if they've done something new. All of those will be shared to you in those updates. And in the evenings, we usually try to send a bunch of photos and videos from what they've done. Right? Since The campsite is in the middle of nowhere and it's on top of a hill. Network connectivity is quite bad there. So we try and send the updates as much as on time as possible, but sometimes there might be delays. And we get photos from the instructors uh, through the day, right? So the instructor's main role whilst they are there on campus is to ensure that the children's safety, right? They make sure that the children are doing the activities properly. They'll have to teach the children on how to do the activities. They'll also have to ensure that the children are safe while doing the activities. Amidst all of this, they try to still take some photos and videos so that it's a memory for the children, right? They'll still do their best. And as I said, since there is not enough network connectivity, they try and send it when they have some free time, right? After all these activities, after the children go to bed, and then they try to send it through the day, but then whenever there's network, they'll send some photos so that we can also keep you informed as to make sure that the children are okay and everything, right? So we get the photos through the day, but since the update goes at 6 p.m., we send only a bunch of photos highlighting the activities that the children have done. So if you don't see your children's photo on any given day, please do not panic. If the children are completely fine, there's about 200, 300 photos waiting for from the instructors to be sent to us, but we only send about 10 or 20 just to highlight what's happened during the day. Right. So once camp is over, we will send all the photos and videos, collate them into a Google Drive, and then we'll share it across. So please do not be worried if you don't see your child's photograph. And sometimes we tell the children to smile for the photograph. They intentionally show us a sad face. Children who are in this orientation, please make sure that you're smiling because that's the only photographs your parents will be seeing. And I don't want them to be worried saying that, oh no, my child is not smiling. Right. So make sure even if you're camera shy, please smile for the photographs so that the parents know that you guys are all okay. And again, to reiterate, there's no gadgets or phones. If your child likes to read, please send them with a hard copy book. Don't send them with any Kindle. Uh, and because this will avoid screen time for them completely, and they'll have lots of time to mingle with the others and to bond and get more time away from the screens. This is much needed for children, and you can send them with cameras. Again, the children have to be responsible for whatever they bring, right? So if you're sending your child with a camera, they'll have to take care of it completely. We will not be responsible if it gets lost, if it gets damaged. And we also tell them, we also tell the parents not to send them with any jewelry of any sort because the children have to be responsible for all of this when they are there. So please don't send them with any gadgets or expensive items, right? There's a lot of not a lot of time before the camp starts, right? So if you're not practicing any sport or if you don't do much activities whilst you're at home, I would recommend all the children here in this orientation to start doing a little brisk walk or a jog, 30 to 45 minutes a day starting from today, right? Make sure that you are active enough so that when you get into the camp, you're not suddenly exposed to a lot of activities and your body, is not used to those activities all of a sudden. So make sure you do 30 to 45 minutes every day. A brisk walk or even a slight jog will be more than enough. If you practice a sport, great. You don't need to do anything. You're already fit. You can turn up to the camp. And parents, if you're sending your children with new shoes, please make sure that you get those shoes now itself and so that they break into the shoes so that they don't turn up on camp and get blisters with new shoes, right? We have zero tolerance when it comes to bullying or indiscipline, right? We make sure that whenever all the children reach the camp, we don't tolerate any misbehavior or bullying. When we see such things happening, we immediately send the children, we'll give them a warning, but if we see that happening again, we'll send the child back home at your own expense, right? Children who are here in this orientation, please make sure that you don't bully others because they're all your friends. And in case you are being bullied, please reach out to the camp chief or the instructors to tell that it's happening to you so that we can take the necessary action. Again, when it comes to use of substance, any possession or consumption of cigarettes, alcohol, or any countermand will not be tolerated and will immediately blacklist the child and send the child back home at your own expense. As I mentioned before, please don't send the children with any snacks. We'll have lots of snacks for them while they are traveling. We'll make sure that they have enough food on camp. And as I said, if the children have any snacks, they'll not be eating the meals that are prepared for them, and it also attracts insects and animals. Right? We'll take care of all the expenses for the children while they're at camp. That said, we have a little merchandise shop at the end of the camp where the children can get what they want as a souvenir from us. So I would say anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000 rupees as additional expenses you can send it with the children. Please put it in a nice pouch with the total amount, and the children can hand it over to the camp staff, and then they can get it back when the shop is open at the end, right? This is all that is about the programs. We'll quickly run through the list of things that you need to pack for the camp, right? As I said earlier, the temperature is anywhere between 30 degrees, 30, 33 in the morning, and in the evenings and night, it's anywhere between 17 to 90. This list has been sent to every one of you. Please make sure that you don't underpack or overpack. Right? Make sure whatever is given in the list has been tested and proven for all the children across all these years that we've been doing camps. Make sure that they have enough t-shirts, preferably quick dry, because if there is rain or if it gets wet, the children can dry it off quickly. 3 to 4 pairs of shorts, 3 to 4 track pants. The track pants are a must because when the children go on their backpacking adventure or an outdoor survival, there's going to be lots of plants and things that they will be navigating across. So having a full track pants avoids getting scratches or insect bites, something things like that. Like make sure that they have track pants. They can wear their shorts when they're inside the campus during their full time, or even before going to bed in the night, right? Make sure they have lots of socks, one quick dry towel. A cap is a must because they're going to be out in the wilderness. Again, this prevents insects landing on their head, or if they're walking through bushes, it will protect their head. Cap is a must. Ensure that they have enough undergarments, 2 pairs of night clothes, one jacket, a fleece jacket or a sweatshirt, whichever one you have is fine. Make sure you send them also with a poncho or a raincoat, right? It might suddenly, it's on top of the hill station, so it might rain at some times. So please give them a poncho or raincoat. If you don't have one, it's fine. We'll have the raincoats on campus, right? Make sure that they have one comfortable shoe like this. A rubber soled one is fine. And it must not be new. It must be worn in, right? To make sure that the children don't get blisters again. A must wear is the strapped sandals. Please don't send them with Crocs. They need to have any sort of hiking sandals or a strapped footwear like the ones you see in the photograph. If you have any questions on the shoes, please WhatsApp the photograph of the shoe to me once the orientation is over, and I'll tell you if that's okay or not to get it. Right? And those who have opted for mountain biking, the gloves are a must. You need to make sure that the children get gloves. You can find half-finger gloves in Decathlon. The reason for the gloves is mainly to give them cushioning when they're holding onto their bikes like this. And by default, when you fall off a mountain bike, right, your default reaction is to land on your palms, right? Wearing the gloves protects the children's palms to ensure that you get the biking gloves. And if you are going to the Decathlon, you can always get the padded cycling shorts there as well. You don't have to get a fancy one, just a regular basic one is fine. This is not mandatory, just prevents saddle soreness, right? Since the children are going to be doing 3 days of mountain biking activity, the padded cycling shorts help. If you don't want to buy it, it's completely fine. They don't need it as a mandatory thing. Knee and elbow guards, we will have them on camp. If you have one at home already, you can always wear it. I mean, get it for the camp. But for those who don't have it, we'll be providing that on campus as well. Right? Other small items that you generally need: soap, shampoo, shower gel, toothbrush paste, and definitely give them sunscreen. Right? Even though the temperatures are not that high up in Yercaud, the children are going to be exposed to direct sunlight because of the elevation. Make sure that they have sunscreen with them, lip balm, and cold cream as it gets a little chilly in the nights. Mosquito patches, any sort of repellent cream or spray is completely fine. Just make sure that they have one. Definitely a pair of sunglasses because children will be spending a lot of time outdoors in the daylight. Make sure that they have sunglasses. And for children who are wearing regular powered glasses, make sure you get those retainers so that the glasses stay, on your eyes and they don't get to slip or fall out. A torch or a headlamp as well. A plastic bag so that the children can put their dirty clothes or wet clothes when they're packing it back. Definitely send them with a water bottle, at least 750 ml to a liter capacity to make sure that the children are properly hydrated. They're going to be doing all these activities through the day. So there's lots of places where the children can refill their water bottles. So ensure that you send them with a water bottle as well. So the children, as I said, will be sleeping in tents. There's not going to be beds which will be provided for them. The children will be sleeping on a sleeping bag. If you already have a sleeping bag, great. All children, as per international camping norms, should have a sleeping bag when they go out camping, right? These are very versatile, so you can use these sleeping bags at any point of time, but not just for this camp. If you don't have a sleeping bag, we will be providing the sleeping bags to you on campus. These are all used, sanitized bags, which are sanitized after every use, and we'll make sure that they're cleaned properly as well. And if you're still worried about hygiene part of it, there's something called as a sleeping bag liner, which you can again get at Decathlon, which will basically act as a sandwich between the child and the sleeping bag. So you put the liner in first, and then the child goes in between the liner and the bag. Right? And if your child is used to sleeping with a pillow, please send them with an inflatable pillow, which they can just blow up and use it for the night. Right? If any of your children are undergoing any treatment, please make sure that you give us a list of medicines that they will be taking during the duration of the camp, and put it in a nice pouch along with instructions as to when they have to take, because the children are going to be doing the activities and they tend to forget to take it, right? So if you send us a list of things that need to be given to the children, a doctor and the instructors will make sure that they are given to them at appropriate times. And as I said, if you're wearing regular spectacles, make sure you carry an extra pair, and also get the retainer straps so that you're not running out of spectacles. In case the spectacles get damaged, you also have a backup. Please don't send them with contact lenses. It's not recommended for this camp. Coming to the bags, make sure you have a small backpack, which is mainly, it's about this big. You can get it from Decathlon, mainly to carry a water bottle, towel, or glasses, or anything that you need to carry while doing the activity. And also pack all your stuff in a rucksack or a duffel bag. Please don't send the children with suitcases. It will be impossible for them to carry their suitcases along with them. As I said, there is no smooth tarmac anywhere in the campsite. It's all going to be rugged, uneven ground. So it will be impossible for them to roll it. Your suitcases will definitely get damaged if you send them with suitcases. A duffel bag or a rucksack, which is what I would go for, is completely easy for the children to carry, to pack and unpack, because there's a zip which runs right through the middle. So it's easier for the children to take and unpack and use it. They're going to be using their small backpack mainly. So these two are a must. Please don't, again, I'll reiterate, don't send any hard luggage or suitcases with them, right? Again, as I mentioned before, there'll be a small souvenir shop which will be there at the end of the camp. So you can just give them with 2 to 3,000 rupees, not more than that. We'll take care of every little expense en route from wherever you're departing all the way through the camp, right? And this can be again put in a pouch and handed to the camp chief or the instructors, and they'll hand it back to you at the end of the camp so that it's safe. Right? Again, no gadgets, no phones, no expensive jewelry or gadgets like Kindle or smartwatches. Just you can send them with regular watches. Again, the children have to be responsible for that because they're going to be doing outdoor activities, so there are chances that it might get damaged. But please don't send them with any Kindle or a tablet or any app tags as such. They will not be using that at any point of time. And as I said, if we find it, it's a donation for Inme, right? And the children, as I said, are responsible for all of that. Cameras, again, you can still send them with that. They'll have to make sure that it doesn't get damaged or lost, and they're completely responsible for that, right? So those who are flying into Coimbatore, make sure you carry the return ticket, a printed copy of the return ticket, because we never know what the airports might ask. They might not, suddenly they might say we don't accept digital tickets, right? Those who are flying in can have their phones with them. Make sure you have a power bank with a charging cable for the phone so that you can show the ticket, and also have your original Aadhaar card for identification. And if you're going to be flying in a no-frills airline like Indigo or SpiceJet, just make sure you have little cash for essentials and food at the airport. Once the children reach the airport, the Coimbatore airport, our team will be there and they'll take the phone from the children. So make sure that you give them in a nice Ziploc pouch so that our team can keep it for safekeeping. And once the camp is over, we'll return it back to them so that the children can, plan their return journey from the airport as well. Right. We also have another little thing where we have our own merch store, right? In case you don't have any of the above things that I had shared with you earlier, a rucksack or a water bottle or a sleeping bag, we have our own merch store where you can go and get it. These have been tested and tried by multiple children over the years, and we have different kits as well. So if you're coming in for the first time, or if you're looking to, continue doing treks and stuff, we have a little kit that we have curated as well. Or you can just go ahead to the website and buy it directly as well. This has been shared to you already. And what I'll do is I'll also share the website link in the chat after this. So you can all, in case you need to buy anything, you can buy it from there. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen share now, right? And we will be heading into a Q&A session now. So in case anybody has any questions, please use the React button to raise your hand and I'll assist. I'll go through them one by one. Yeah, anybody has any questions, please raise your hand so that I can address them. No one has any questions? Okay, Soumya, please go on. You're on mute, Soumya.
Yeah. Actually, I want to know, like, from Bangalore, where do you pick up the kids? Are you going to give multiple points, or is there a single point?
We will be having only one departure point and one arrival point. It will be the same place. It will most probably be Army Public School on Kamraj Road. We'll share the location along with the local person's contact number 2 days before the camp starts. So we'll also get the Google pin along with who will be there at the departure point.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Pooja, your question?
Yes. So I actually wanted to check about the night clothes. What do you advise for that? Do you advise that we send shorts, or should they be like full pants, considering the heat and the mosquitoes?
No, so again, as I said, the mosquitoes will not be that much of an issue if the children are wearing their mosquito patches or their repellent, right? And what you can send them is it's not going to be that hot. As I said, it's only going to be anywhere between 17 to 19 degrees in the evening. And it's been raining in Yercaud for the past couple of days. And I've checked the temperatures only around 22, 23 degrees in the mornings and evenings. So what you can do is just give them regular cotton shorts and t-shirts, what they usually wear to bed in the night, pajamas or anything. That's completely fine as well. As they will be sleeping in the sleeping bags, the mosquitoes won't be bothering them at that time. And it won't be that hot as well in the night.
Great, great. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Michael. I have one more thing.
Yes.
There are these two different activities which have been mentioned, which is
Correct.
the mountain biking and the rock climbing. So they
Yes.
both come with a night activity, which is backpacking and outdoor survival.
Outdoors. Correct.
So what's the difference between the two?
So outdoor survival is where they get to learn various skills, right? As I mentioned, they will learn how to make their own fire. They'll learn, how to identify plants which they can use to, eat in the night. So these are all something that they don't get to do on a daily basis, right? So they'll be able to identify what things that they can use to make shelters out of it, and they will also learn to identify proper water sources. They will also learn how to purify those water sources. So these are all where you go in the wilderness and where you don't have access to anything, right? Whereas backpacking is where you plan properly before you leave, right? So you'll be carrying your own water, you'll be carrying things with you to make your own food, all of that. So this backpacking is something, for example, if you're going out on a trek, let's say later down the years, that's something which is backpacking. So you're prepared to go out. So you learn navigation, you'll plan your route, where to go, all of that. That's the main difference. So one is basically you're learning to survive, you're learning to understand the things in the nature and to identify what you can use and what you can't use. Whereas the other one is primarily all planned for the children to go on the expedition and then come back.
Okay, so let's say if I'm choosing the rock climbing option, which is what me and Mahesh were discussing for my son Shivansh, is it possible to opt for the outdoor survival, or is it like already a combination which is set?
It's a combination which is already been set. So you can
Okay.
either choose one of those two options. It's either rock climbing and backpacking, or it's mountain biking and outdoor survival. You can't mix either of those together.
Either of those. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And
Yes.
yep, I think that was it pretty much.
Sure. Dave, you have a question?
Yeah. So
Yes.
since we have a night activities, right? So do we
Mhm.
have to bring any special clothes for that? Some kind of jackets?
No, nothing at all. So whatever, as I said, whatever is there in the kit list, make sure that you're packing accordingly. Rest all the things, whatever I mentioned, will be on camp, will be given to the children. Make sure that they have a hoodie or a fleece jacket so that they can use that for the night outs.
Thank you. And do you know how many participants for this this trip?
There are 15 children right now. We'll still be getting more registrations as we get closer to the camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there will be the different groups based on their activities, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, no problem. Yuvan, Pooja, do you still have a question?
I had one more. I just wanted to understand what are the breakfast options for vegetarians on the camp?
So it's usually a mix between, so there'll be toast, bread, cheese, milk, and there'll be sprouts as well, so that the children get their fibers in. As I said, there'll be some eggs, there's chocos, there'll be jam, and usually there'll be a, a main dish, which is basically sometimes you get there might be idlis, vadas. There's something called a semia. Um, so what there might be paratas. So the main dish varies, but then there's also a variety. So for breakfast, it's pretty purely veg,
Great.
apart from the eggs. Yeah,
Great. Thank you, Matthew.
no problem. Ewan?
Yeah, hi, Yuvan's mom here.
Yeah.
I just wanted clarity on the activity. So, see, you
Sure.
said the mountain biking, or there are two sets, right? So we get to choose only
Correct.
one, is it? One combo,
Mhm.
is it?
Yes, you
Yes.
get to choose only one. And I think since you have already registered, which means that you've already chosen one particular
I think
activity.
mountain biking is what I chose for him. So,
Right, yeah.
so that means he doesn't get to do the outdoor survival or rock climbing.
No, so the mountain biking comes with outdoor survival.
Outdoor survival, okay.
Right, yeah.
And from Chennai, so you said we're leaving by train in the morning, right?
Correct. So it will be the Shatabdi. There'll be a person who will be traveling with the children. Depending on how many children are there, we'll book the tickets and we'll share it with you 2 days before the camp starts. And
Okay.
for the children who are coming from Bangalore, again, it's the same thing. We'll share the location, the pickup point, the people who will be there to take you through the camp. Yeah.
And as of now, do you have a list of like how many children from Chennai?
I do have that. Just give me a second. Let me just check how many are there from Chennai. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there are 6 children so far from Chennai.
Got it.
The rest are coming in from Bangalore?
Yeah, we have some people from Bangalore. We have a couple of children flying in from Hyderabad as well. Archana, do you have a question?
Can you give the dates considering the current plan? When is the travel? Like
The travel is on the same day. So whatever
so if it
camp
is 29th is the day the child will travel.
Exactly, yeah.
And when the return is 5th,
The 5th.
5th is when the child will travel.
The 5th is when they'll travel, and wait, you're from Bangalore, right?
Yeah, my son boards from Bangalore, but should get dropped in Chennai.
Oh, you want to? Okay,
I have asked for that request, and they said they'll take care.
Okay, please drop me. I've just put my phone number in the chat. Please do drop me a message saying the same so that I
Let
can
me do it.
inform the. I can also inform the operations team on this as well. For everybody else, I've put in the WhatsApp channel link. Kindly make sure that you join the channel and also turn on the notifications. If you don't turn on the notifications, you will not get notified that they have posted the update. And as I said, in case you don't see your child's photograph during the day, please don't panic. They'll be there on another day's photograph. Everything is going well. Not able to join the group through the link. It's not a group, it's a WhatsApp channel. You will have to save my phone number first. If you save my phone number, which I've just posted there as well, you'll be able to join the link. And I've also posted the merch website for anybody. Archana, you have a question? You don't have. Dave, do you still have a question?
Yes, in case I need to talk, I haven't seen any photo of my kid on that particular day. So I just want to talk, say a hi to him, or need to talk. Did you know,
So
is weather comfortable or something?
no, that won't be possible. As I said, so I'm going to repeat myself here again, right?
No
As
problem.
long as you don't hear from us, right? So we will be there with monitoring the children through the camp, right? So if it's going to be a small stomach ache or a small scratch, we will definitely not be calling you, right? We don't want to give you a call for a small scratch and make you panic, right? As long as you don't hear from us, it means everything is going on well. We will only reach out to you if there's an emergency or if the child needs, if we need to get in touch with you. Apart from which, we will not get in touch with you at all. And goes the same way for your side as well. If there's an emergency, please reach out to me and I'll get in touch with the camp and put you in touch. If only if it's an emergency. Apart from which, do not worry, your children are going to be completely fine and safe. If there's something that is needed to be informed to you, we will reach out ourselves and we'll let you know, right? But if it's going to be a small headache or they have a cold, we are not going to be calling you and disturbing you. Okay?
Thank you.
Yes. Mansi, you have a question?
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, I haven't checked. Is the weather looking like for those dates? Is it likely to
Uh,
rain?
It's going to be pretty much so. The rain over there is pretty unpredictable, right? It's sitting on top around 5,000 feet up above sea level, right? And there might be random showers which might last 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Yesterday it rained for about an hour in the afternoon, like in the afternoon. But then the temperature through the day was only around 20 to 22 through the day. And in the night it was somewhere around 17, 16, 17 only. So in May, end April, May, it should be around the same things which I've told you. So somewhere between 25 to 30 degrees is what you can expect. Make sure you pack whatever we've sent and the kids should be fine. You don't have to worry about
Will
whether.
it hamper any activity if it rains? What
Uh,
happens?
so in case it rains and if we feel that the children can't do that activity at that time, we'll swap to a different activity so that the children get to do other activities. So there are lots of, as I said, there are lots of camp-based activities which will happen. And in case there is rain or if the children can't do the activity, we'll swap to a different one so that they don't sit simply in the camp.
Just one question. Suppose because
Yes,
uh, they have the morning activities planned and they have the evening activities planned, right?
correct.
Suppose it has rained in the morning and they've not
Hmm.
been able to go biking or whatever.
Hmm.
Would you be also okay with swapping it in the afternoon, evening?
Yeah, so that's what I said. So in case there is rain or disruption where the children can't do any of the mentioned activities, we'll just swap it around so that the children get to do a different activity rather than the one which was planned.
Okay.
Yeah. Pooja, do you have another question?
Yes, Michael.
Yeah,
Just wanted to check. You mentioned that there are some people who are coming in from Hyderabad.
right.
So, what's the route that they would be taking?
Straightforward flight to Coimbatore. Our team
Okay.
will be there at the airport and we'll pick them up from there and head to camp from Coimbatore directly.
Okay. So it's Hyderabad, Coimbatore, Coimbatore to the camp. All
Camp,
right.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. And do you also have like an understanding of how many people have opted for both these activities, just so that we know the strength? I mean, I don't want it to be that
Uh,
The majority is.
I don't have that with me right now, but as I said, they'll be put into groups. So depending on which activity you chosen, they'll be put into groups, and each group will do their own respective activities.
Yeah, true that. But
Yeah.
I mean, considering suppose if there like you said, there's a strength of 15. So if most of the people have opted for let's say mountain biking, then the rock climbing might not be so much fun if there are just a couple of them doing it.
So
That's what
if
I was
that's
wondering.
if that's the case, we'll make a small change to the program. So where we make sure all the children get to do a mix of activities rather than just the ones that they've chosen for.
Great.
If that's the case, yeah.
Great. Yeah, just want to check on that.
No problem. Okay, does anybody else have any questions? Okay, so I'm just going to quickly run through the points. Make sure that you all save my phone number. I've just put it in the chat. I'll be the program manager for this camp. Any questions till the camp starts or during the camp, just reach out to me. Once you save my number, please click on the channel link so that you're in the channel, turn on the notifications so that you get notified whenever we post an update. Updates will be once in the morning, 11 a.m. and once in the evening at 6 p.m. The evening update usually comes with photos and videos from camp, and we might not send all the photos that we get. We only select a handful of photographs. Please do not worry. There'll be more photos after the camp is over by Google Drive. I've also posted a link for the merch website. So in case you need to get any of the merch from us, or if you've already gotten it, if you want some more, you can always get it from there. I'm going to stop this recording now.